One world, no duality. Humans eventually, with climate change included, have a decision and choice available to continue with violence and conflict and suffering and free services and free money and more and more and more and more and more. And the other consciousness of infinity. Mathematicians know doing calculations every day until they die. Harm and freedom. A Tibet gone now. And those who want political retribution to fix what history explains as a country gone from a map, as a civilization within their limits, with their system and processes, and now a part of China, and Taiwan, now a part of war. Philosophies and theories, planning and strategies and tactics. A country who wants more, who argues, analyzes, logically explains with their posture, their behavior, their dominance. They have no other human on earth who can say to them what they don't accept as a truth inherent in their communism, their socialism, their Marxist, Maoist ideology. And those soldiers in those uniforms with those machine guns and those Humvees with those big old cannons will have to stand back and watch those Taiwanese be eliminated, similar to Tibet. And those Uyghur Muslims in those genocide discussions as consciousness now. Otherwise, Mr. President Joe Biden, Mr. Future, Ms. Future, all of the politics involved end up with a world war. Objective limit for how bad, how brutal, and how much suffering will be. A part of language and letters and sentences and sounds. People who are arguing and then arguing against arguing, and then saying there's truth and facts, and then saying the truth and the facts are only how they have described them in these ideas they have about what their brain says has justice and right and wrong, and their mind has for a system with processes and procedures to go further and further and scientifically explain humans who kill other humans, humans who bully and assault and dominate other humans, humans who go to war to fight for a freedom now declared racist on Capitol Hill in Seattle. With all remaining burned American flags, graffitied buildings, feces in parks with no grass and needles, and legalized drugs now. With an economy always available for those hardworking drug dealers and cartel mafia thug gangsters, robbing with their shotguns and taking trucks at gas stations and then going to rob the pot shop afterwards now. However, a pediatric medical school applicant with all of the documentation, all of the explanations, and all of the hard work for over 10 years, has not but a single plea to a nurse at a hospital to tell someone they are making a big mistake allowing the pedophile to sit in my seat and take care of those children they say are protected and safe and secure at a racist Seattle Children's Hospital, who demand more limits and more restrictions and more behavior observation and more information and more science, and don't explain why consciousness continues as a mystery, a secret, a gift only those holy anointed priests and nuns in Catholic churches and those government appointed Buddhist practitioners in China now. And when all has been done, all the time wasted, all the time used, all of the last remaining 7 minutes of this video now as an example, there's pretty faces and big smiles and laughter, sweet gestures and calm sharing of information on dating websites and in social housing, where roommates share closets to sleep. Baristas share a bedroom to afford a city where the glitz and glamour of technology and engineering have exceeded what humans do for those who are not as brilliant and intelligent and genius as they are with their IQs. Prestigious bourgeois in their fast-driving electric Teslas now. Marxism in college and what communist China talks about with their decision-making, problem-solving, was no different and has no irrelevance to psychology and psychiatry. Behavior, self, ego, all of these words, all these drawings of these anatomy parts, doing so much for a brain with this mood they call, in elementary public school classrooms, a color. And these requirements to meet with these social workers, these counselors, and these gestures and these eye contacts and all of these parts of disallowing human free speech, religion. His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama to have a teaching about meditation where he was born. Now, a one world and no duality share awareness. A one world and non-duality aren't using awareness as a game. And a world in these conditions, humans have less suffering from those who are no longer observing, who are no longer waiting for time to pass, to use attention with their awareness, to have the concentration and focus to cause annihilation now.